Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2025 Honda Ridgeline Sport in Radiant Red Metallic 2 with a black interior. The Sport is the base model in the Ridgeline. Above it you have the RTL, RTL Plus, Trail Sport, Trail Sport Plus, and the Black Edition. Now, the Sport is a very important trim level because, like I said, it is the base model. Starting off with the front fascia, you do have LED low beams in their projector style. Look like an incandescent high beam. No LED daytime running lights. You have to get a Trail Sport and up, I believe, to get that. But pretty much your high beam will be your daytime runners when your headlights is not on. You have a traditional bulb for your turn signals. LED fog lights on the lower portion of the bumper. It is flat black, some gloss black right here in the middle. You do have a bumper curtain here as well too. Look, it's functional. Every Ridgeline have its own unique grille. So this is the Sport grille, which is kind of like this bar tube style, and it's like a dark gray, kind of like a charcoal gray almost, not really black. You do have your Sport badge stamped right here in the front, and right above the eyebrow here, it is gloss black as well. The Ridgeline did get redesigned a few years ago to make it more truck-like. A lot of people complained that the 17, 18, 19, I think I redesigned in 20, looked too much like a minivan or a Honda Pilot or a hearse. So now you get the flatter front end, you get the power bulge hood, you get the new fenders and the front bumper, which carry on. Take a look at the wheels. You do get 18-inch rims, and the tires are 245/60 18 tires. Now they're a little bit more, I guess, nubby than the original Ridgeline that had like straight tires. The Trail Sport will give you all-terrain tires, but I think it's a decent look on the tires. Up above from the tires, you do have flat black around, and it kind of goes all the way around the truck as well. This one does have a protection package, so wheel locks, splash guards, and I believe we have a tray in the trunk as well. And you do have gloss black mirror casts, and look like top and bottom is both gloss black, no LED turn signals integrated in there. From the side profile, you can tell this is a Ridgeline. It just snowed last night, so that's why you see snow a little bit everywhere. It's melting, but kind of like it's gonna snow again. It's kind of raining right now. Wrapped around the windows, it is flat black. The pillars are gloss black, and the Sport blacks everything out as well. So it's kind of like a black edition without all the features. If you really took a look at it, you don't see much chrome on it at all. So coming along to the rear, you do have Ridgeline stamped right in the tailgate, let you know what truck you're driving. Remember in 24, Honda ditched the Honda emblem right in the middle and just have Ridgeline spelled out throughout the tailgate, and to have Honda spelled out on the bottom left. You will get a Sport badge right here in red, no matter what exterior color you get. You do get a combination tail light, so it is LED on the brake lights. Actually, no, your running lights is LED, and then you can see your turn signals here. That's an actual bulb in there, and your reverse lights are also a traditional bulb as well. And your license plate lights are a regular bulb as well too. It's not LED. You have your backup camera there with your handle. And since we're back here, the Ridgeline does look aggressive from the rear, especially with the dual exhaust. You have a towing package standard on the Ridgeline, and this only comes in all-wheel drive. So you do have your receiver and your pin connectors, and it can tow up to 5,000 pounds. One reason why you're probably interested in the Ridgeline is for the dual hinge tailgate. So you can drop the tailgate down like that. It doesn't have any soft open feature or anything like that. You saw it just drop down just like normal. Or you can open it sideways. So look at that, unique to the Ridgeline, and it's about a 5-foot bed. When we look at the specifications, I give you an exact number. You do have some storage in here. If you get a black edition, you will get an actual plug in there, although the models just have storage. The bed is already lined, so you don't have to worry about a drop-in bed liner or spray-in bed liner. You do have tie-downs all throughout the beds as well. The bed as well. Traditional light back here. I think you get LED in a higher trim. And of course, the in-bed trunk as well. Wow, it's heavy because all that snow is on it. But usually this will open on its own, but yeah, that snow is super heavy. But look at this thing. Plenty of space in here. Now, part of the protection package, it does come with that cargo tray at the bottom. Your Ridgeline won't come with that. It's an accessory you can add. You do have your spare tire there. Looks like it's a donut with your tools. It slides out. And also, if I can get in there, let's see. And if we look underneath the tray, you get a drain plug down there as well too, which is nice. And you can add like dividers to kind of organize back here. There's plenty of accessories you can get, but let's get ahead and close that guy up. On the lower portion of the bumper too, it is flat black, forgot to mention. and you get your reflectors right above both of the exhaust tips. Here's the key for the 2025 Honda Ridgeline. It is the older style key fob. Honda has went with the newer key fob with pretty much all the models but the Passport and the Ridgeline. So I'm sure a refresh, like a complete redesign, is coming real soon. You probably saw that the Passport have a redesign coming for 26. Let's see what happens for the Ridgeline. But you do have lock, you have unlock. You can hold this to remote start it. So you lock it and hold this circle to flash at you one time like that. You can let go, and then it'll flash 3 times to let you know it's running. It'll stay on for about 10 minutes. You can add another 10 minutes, and it'll make interior about 72 degrees. You do have a panic button down below, and you do have a switch right here to pull out the emergency key that's in the fob itself. So let's go ahead and actually open up the Sport. The Sport is actually one of my favorite trim levels because you do get smart entry. So for example, let's actually turn off the remote start. You hold that guy to turn it back off. You can't push this button to lock all the doors. You can put your hand in there without pulling it to unlock the driver door. If you put your hand in the passenger door, it'll unlock all 4 doors. You can change the settings to have the driver door unlock all the doors as well. So this is the black interior. I believe Sport only come in black, if I'm not mistaken. We're gonna double check in the brochure. But on the door card here, you have soft touch up here. You do have, oh, there's soft touch as well, and soft touch here. White stitching down below, single stitch. You have auto up down for the driver and passenger window. You hold for the rear, power locks. You have a black, kind of like a black plastic door handle, not too crazy. Little material style here as well too. You do have storage down below, storage here. Pop open the gas tank, and you have the additional storage down below as well. Now, taking a look at the driver's seat, it is a manual adjustment on the Sport, and they are cloth. So anything above the Sport will be leather only and power. If you don't want any of those features, get a Sport. So you have manual up and down, manual to adjust the back, forward and back, and you have the bar that moves forward and back. And on the passenger side, you have a 4-way manual adjustment. So you can move the back forward and back and the whole seat forward and back. Let's actually jump in here because I'm actually freezing. I can't even feel my fingers. It is a cold one today. So welcome to your Honda. You have the little welcome chime, foot on brake, push button start. So push the button and it'll start up your Ridgeline. You do get a leather wrap steering wheel, even on the base model. Leather wrap steering wheel, feels good to the hand. You have like a flat black plastic down below, more plastic kind of around the buttons. Your stitching is in white, but still a nice place to be, especially for a base model. I think it's very comfortable for a base model. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have some controls here. So power mirrors here, Econ assist on and off. This will help you save more on gas. You do have your, I think it's road departure mitigation on and off. For your traction control down below, you have your collision mitigation, so your automatic braking. Your cargo light in the bed, you can turn that on, blank button there. You do have a lever down there to pop open the hood. You have your emergency brake, old school, gas and brake as well. The steering wheel is adjustable. Just pull this lever down and you're able to kind of go up, down, in and out. So you can kind of customize it, manually customize it to your liking, which is nice. Now on the steering wheel itself, you do have some controls. So the left side is going to have next track, previous, volume. You have a home button because the Ridgelines now have a 7-inch cluster. It's like a half digital and half analog. So the right side is speedometer only, left side is digital and 7-inch. I think the previous Ridgeline had a 5-inch for a long time. So for 24, they finally started giving the Ridgelines an updated driver screen, which Honda put this in all of their Hondas now, unless you get a 10-inch full digital. But you have the home button for that screen, scroll wheel for the left side on the digital screen, voice command, and on the right side you have some of your cruise control and some of your Honda sensing features. So cruise on and off with main, you have cancel, you have resume set, adaptive cruise control, so you can adjust the distances from the car in front of you, lane keep assist on and off. Behind the steering wheel you do have plus and minus, so you do have paddle shifters, so you can control the 9-speed automatic transmission. The Ridgelines don't have the 10-speed that the Pilot has. I'm sure once it's refreshed, you would get that eventually. Now you do have your light stock over here, off, auto, low. I will say low. This is a parking light and then it's on, and you do have auto high beam standard, and for your fog lights on and off as well. And on the right stock will be your wipers, so you have off, intermediate, low, and high. Back to the left side, if you hit home, it will bring up your menu here. Now, if you're familiar with the 7-inch on most Hondas, this menu will be very similar. So you have range and fuel for your what you're averaging and how many miles you have to your tank. Don't mind the parking lot averaging right now. The Ridgeline is actually pretty fuel efficient for its size and being a V6 and not a hybrid. You have speed and time, you have audio, what you're listening to, your phone controls, you get navigation. So you have a compass built in, which Honda usually have this in higher models. So it's nice that the base model get a compass. You have your all-wheel drive torque distribution, so you can see how the torque is being split, because this does have the IVTM4 all-wheel drive system that the Pilot, the Passport, the Ridgeline has, where you can split the torque between each wheel, which is nice. It's not just front and back or side to side. You have maintenance. This is going to give you your oil life. You have tire pressure. You can check each individual tire pressure as well. You have no content, where you can view nothing, just a tachometer, and that's it. You can also change the digital speedometer to kilometers in this screen. You can adjust your brightness. You do have gauge display, so from here you can decide what you want to view on your listing there, and warnings. Your hood is open, low tire pressure, trunk is open, something is open. I'm going to leave it on range and fuel right now, so you have some customization on the Ridgeline, which is nice. Like I said, this is a good upgrade from the 5-inch, because this will look a lot more modern than the previous one. The 23 had the same cluster, I think, from 2017, which is pretty crazy. Now, since the brightness is on the settings there, you have this blank button here, because I believe the brightness used to be here before Honda went to this new cluster as well. And like I said, in the middle, you have your digital speedometer, and you have your odometer, what mode you're in, and your gas and what gear you're in. And they sneakily add the temperature gauge right down here next to the, well, in the tachometer digital, which is actually really nice. And of course, like I said, this is speedometer. That doesn't change, that stays the same. Blind spot monitoring is also standard on the Sport. It's just on the inside instead of it being on the outside on the side mirrors. Now let's take a look on your infotainment display here. For 24, Ridgeline's got an update where you got a bigger 9-inch display. For some reason, the Passport didn't get that upgrade for 24 and 25. Those still get the 8-inch. So you get the newer 9-inch that Honda has been using this UI in most of their Hondas right now. So you do have physical buttons on the left side. So home, back, volume, power, next track, and previous, all physical. Everything else is touchscreen. And with the new 9-inch display, now you have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto in your Ridgeline, and that's standard in every model. So this base model has wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. Like, this Sport is actually a really good deal, because you get a lot of standard goodies just in the base model. You have phone, you have FM, you have the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's also wired too, so you can still plug your phone in if you don't want wireless. Bluetooth, trip computer, USB. Swipe over to the next page. You have general settings, vehicle settings. I like to go to vehicle settings to show you guys. We have walkway, auto lock, or additional settings you can choose. And I like the avatars that's been chosen. Like, look at that. That's an actual Ridgeline. They're not reusing. I was on the one page. I'm over here trying to. I'm trying to swipe over. It's one page. But during window setup, so you can see if you go all the way down to the bottom, you have tailgate power lock-in. So this feature is off by default. If you turn it on, whenever you lock your Ridgeline, it'll lock your tailgate. So the earlier Ridgelines couldn't have a lock and tailgate because Honda couldn't figure out how to do it with the dual hinge. And then they released a accessory you can buy to add it to your Ridgeline. Now it's standard. Back to the second page, you have AM, you have system updates, you have clock, you have Honda Link, and I don't think you get the remote Honda Link. I think that's standard in the black edition, but I'm gonna double check in the brochure. You have a compass, so just in case you don't want to view it on the smaller screen, you can just view it here, which is nice. When you're doing your outdoorsy driving or anything like that. Smart shortcuts. And with clock, you could just view it where this is just a clock. You don't have to view apps. If you go to settings, there's different faces. So you have multiple different analog faces and multiple different digital faces as well. And I believe you can actually add your own picture to this too, but I don't really know who's doing that anymore, but it's an option. The last page will give you your display mode, which is your brightness for the display. You have shortcuts down here that you can always grab an app and drag and put it down there if you wanted to, kind of like that. And on the up above, it's going to show you kind of what source you're listening to, and you can quickly go to your sources or quickly change, where you can view FM, USB, smartphone, Bluetooth, and AM. Going back to home, easy display to use. I love the little lip that they use here too. And it's actually kind of weird seeing this, because Honda usually went to the tablet style in all of the vehicles. The Ridgeline, they went to a 9-inch display and still gave you it kind of built in the dash, kind of, not really up top that a lot of people complain about having. So if you want that kind of traditional look, but still latest tech, the 24 or 25 Ridgeline Sport is definitely a good pickup. You have the hazards here. I don't like it surrounded by piano black, but that's okay. It's not too much. And down below, you have your HVAC controls. So you do get a tri-zone climate control in the Ridgeline, which most mid-size pickup trucks don't have that. Most of them are either dual zone or single zone. So the driver, the passenger, and whoever sits in the rear seats can have 3 separate temperatures, which is nice. So you turn off sync. You can hit RR settings to adjust the rear passenger settings. They can cook back there if they wanted to. Well, if you wanted to. Your passenger, they can cool off, and then you can stay somewhere. Maybe you can freeze. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, you could freeze if you wanted to, which is nice. So 3 different zones. You hit sync, and now you're controlling all zones. Let's turn that up because I'm not trying to, freeze in here. But you do have your modes, fan speed, AC on and off, your air circulation. You have on and off for the whole system. You do have auto climate control as well. You can turn off the rear climate control, it's just you by itself. And you saw me use the RR settings to adjust the rear temperature. You have front defrost and rear defrost as well. Down below, you have some storage here. You're not really putting a modern phone in there, but maybe some gum, I don't know, receipts, wrappers, things like that, a little charger. You don't get heated seats on the Sport. You have to go up to an RTL, which gives you leather. So you're just going to have blank buttons there because you didn't get a higher trim level. But down below, you do have a USB-A port and a USB-C, which is new for the Ridgeline in 24, and a power outlet. Now, to use Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wired, it's USB-A only. The C is just for charging. And look at this. You get a wireless phone charging pad. That's standard now in all the Ridgelines. So this base model, get wireless phone charging, which is nice. And the center console has been redesigned in 24 where it's bigger. Because previously, you had enough space for one phone and one charging pad, and that was it. Now you have space for one phone here and one phone there. Now down below to your shifter, it is a push selector. You have park, reverse, neutral, and drive. I'm actually putting reverse so I can show you guys the backup camera. Didn't mean to squeak down there. You know what, shoes a little bit wet. But you don't get a 360 camera on the Ridgeline, but you do get Honda multi-link backup camera. So this is a wide angle. You have normal and you have top down, which is nice. And you have cross traffic on and off. So someone is pretty much coming from this way. As you're reversing, it'll alert you, let you know. Sometimes it'll even detect people too, which is interesting, and you have brightness there. Like I said, I like this little lip because you rest your hand on there before you make choices. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know why I press home. This is what I need to press. Park. So you do have S next to drive because you can put the transmission into an S mode where it'll shift at higher RPMs, give you a more spirited driving if you wanted to. And down below, you have your different modes where you can change from snow, mud, and sand. So there you go, you have your 4 options there. So kind of if it snows any worse, throw that thing in snow mode, you'll be good to go. But to be honest, normal is very capable, especially with the IVTM4 all-wheel drive system. Is a very good system from Honda. You have your engine idle stop button here. You can turn that off if you don't want it to idle stop every time you come to it. Well, Honda's system is not as aggressive as some cars. Like I was in a Mercedes the other day, and every time I stop, it shut down. It shut off the engine every time I stop. Hondas, they won't be every time. Sometimes they will even tell you, put your foot on the brake and apply more pressure to engage it. Or it'll say, change your climate control to engage it, things like that. So it's actually pretty nice. Because you have the newer center console, you do have this wider center console as well. So I love that there's no piano black here. I like this. It's like a texturized material. That's going to last long. I actually like that. You have your armrest here, and it's single stitch, and it's soft to the touch. Now, because they went to this new center console, you do not, actually zoom back so you guys can see. Since they went to the center console, you no longer have the little armrests in the front seats. Like it's not real captain chairs anymore up front because they went with these wider center console. But look how much space you have now in here. I mean, you can never go wrong with more space. There's no controls in there, no plugins, just storage and a coin holder and a mat pretty much, but that's nice to have. Take a look at your glove box here. It is lockable, which is nice, and it's not damp, so I think it's gonna flop right open, and it's not lined with felt either, but it is bin style. But we gotta remember, this is a base model, so low creature comforts like that, you're not gonna have standard, even though there's a few things you get already that it's nice that you do get in the base model. Now up above your display here, you do have your rear view mirror, and it's standard, no auto dimming, no home link or anything like that. You flip it, somebody got the high beams on. Pretty simple. Interior lighting, not LED, but you have your map lights there, which is nice. They give you a sunglass holder, but they don't give you the little glass right here, the who threw that Cheeto mirror at all. The headliner in this guy is gray. There's no moonroof either. You need to get an RTL and up to get moonroof. And there's no power back glass as well. You have to get RTL and up to get that. So certain things you still got to go up to the leather to get heated seats and moonroof and all those good stuff. But this model is not for someone that wants bells and whistles. You want a truck, but you don't need a Tacoma, you don't need the Colorado, you don't need the Frontier Ranger. You want something that's smooth, comfortable, because this don't drive like any of those trucks at all, and you want a bed. This is the truck for you. So you do have a mirror here, no light, which I was expecting no light, base model stuff. Same thing on the passenger side as well. And let's jump out of here and take a look at the rear seats, because that's going to be important as well. Let's jump out of here. But yeah, I could feel the temperature is just dropping as time go by. But yeah, this is how wide the rear doors open. The earlier Ridgelines, actually, the rear door used to open, I think, like right here, something like that, right here. So Honda has updated and made the door open wider, because I think a lot of people complain about that. Now the rear doors here, hard touch, soft touch, at least on your, where you rest your elbow. You have a window switch here, you know, regular plastic door handle. You have a, look like a smartphone holder and a bottle holder, which is nice. No storage down here, but you do get a speaker. Now the rear seats do fold straight up. You can pull this handle here and locks into place. You can do that on that side too, and that opens up a lot of space. You can put a full mountain bike back here if you wanted to, with both seats up. And you do get carpet floor mats standard with your Ridgeline. And all you gotta do is pull the handle, drops right back down, snaps into place. And you get storage underneath as well too. That's a lot of storage as well. Let's jump in here. And I have the rear seats all the way back, and it's even leaning back too. And I still have a few inches back with the seat. No one's really gonna have the seat back like this, but look what space I still have. There's one reason why you get a Ridgeline over Tacoma, Colorado, Ranger, or Frontier is the headroom you get in the second row and the leg room, because a lot of these mid-sized pickup trucks, the back seats is just, it's like non-existent. There's like no space usually in the second row. Here are your ear vents back here. You can see you have no buttons or controls or anything like that, but you do get a power outlet back here, which is nice. No USB-Cs or anything like that. You have to get a higher model to get that, but at least you have some type of plug-in back here. And you do get a center armrest with cup holders, if I can open this guy up. Okay, I got it. The little tab was like buried in there. It's supposed to be sticking out like that. But yeah, and it's floating too, so it don't just like flops down. It actually stays up and it's pretty sturdy, soft to touch. You have cup holders in there, storage in there. Actually really nice. You have the headrest for the middle passenger as well. The other door, same thing, same type of storage. And these are stadium rear seats, so you do sit higher than the driver and passenger, so you can kind of see over there. And I have plenty of headroom too, especially since there's no moonroof in here. You have way more headroom in here than if you get a higher model. And there's still an indent in here too for your tall people that sit back here. So I think if you like have like long legs, you may, I don't know, you may have to tell the driver and passenger to scoot up a little bit. I'll give you guys another overview of the cockpit here before we jump out of here and take a look at the brochure. But the Sport definitely is one of my favorite out of the levels, because just kind of, this is what people need. Honda don't build too many Sports because they're not really too high demand. One of my favorites though. Let's jump out of here and let's take a look at the brochure. I'm gonna show you guys some color combinations, kind of what colors come in, and any additional features I may have missed. Welcome to the trim walk of the 2025 Honda Ridgeline, and we're taking a look at the Sport. The Sport is one of my favorite trim levels in the lineup, because even though it's the base model, you get, I don't know, you get things that you just need, like in the standard, you know, you don't have to add it. Now, I know you can get leather and moonroof and all this other premium stuff in the higher trim levels, but the Sport is actually a really good package, because remember, pickup trucks used to be just a pickup truck, you know, like you didn't get it for features and stuff like that. You needed a bed, you need to go somewhere, you need ground clearance, you got a pickup truck. Anyways, the Ridgeline is a complete different market. Honda knows that, and they know it's a small market, so that's why you don't see Ridgelines everywhere. Honda don't produce a lot of these Ridgelines, and a lot of people that have never driven one or even seen one judge it, saying it's not a real truck, you know, I would never buy one, blah, 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 blah. I get so many customers just like that, then they drive one and change their mind, because it will change your mind. Like, it's nice to have a pickup truck that's comfortable, smooth, and you don't have to worry about it being too, like, rough, you know? Like, you go cross country and be comfortable in it. So let's jump into the Sport. I'm over here talking about Ridgeline. 3.5 V6 is standard in the Ridgeline. Everyone is going to either turbo, 4-cylinders, or hybrids. And if you want a V6, and that's it, get the Ridgeline. The Frontier is also just a V6. The Ranger is also a V6, but it's a turbo V6. So if you don't want a turbo, you just want a regular V6, you have two options. I think it's the Frontier and the Ridgeline, but the Ridgeline drives way more smoother than the Frontier. I actually had a Frontier, so I'm pretty familiar. The Ridgeline drives way, day and night difference, better than all of the trucks in this class. You know, the Colorado, Tacoma, all those are very, like, you know, rugged and rough driving. This drives like a car. It's actually really nice. 280 horsepower, 262 foot-pound of torque. The IVTM4 all-wheel drive system is standard on all of the Ridgeline, so it's actually a really nice all-wheel drive system. It's not all-wheel drive, but it'll mostly be front-wheel drive. If you need to send power between all four wheels, it can split the torque between each wheel. It'll do it automatically for you. It's actually really nice. You have the intelligent traction management, and what is good is you get standard. All Honda sensing is standard. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto standard. Or it's wireless. You get a bunch of stuff just standard. Like I said, this is a trim level that this is what everyone needs, to be honest. Cloth seats. You don't need anything crazy. Power seats, moonroof. You need all that power stuff. Just Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, good size, V6. You're good to go. All-wheel drive. You're good to go. So let's actually jump in. I don't think I mentioned the Ridgeline Sport Plus. So this is new for 2025. They added a Sport Plus on the Sport, the RTL, and the Trail Sport. The Black Edition don't get a Plus. All the Plus is, I guess, different types of all-terrain tires, and you get the HPD alloy wheels, pretty much. So let's jump in and build one. Here's all the four Ridgelines that you can get. You have Sport, RTL, Trail Sport, Black Edition. Jump right into the Sport, and you don't get one thing though. You don't get the 10-speed that's in the Odyssey and the Pilot. I think the Passport and the Ridgeline still get a 9-speed, but I'm assuming when they get redesigned, they go right to the 10-speed. And for 26, I'm assuming they're gonna redesign the Ridgeline because the Passport is getting redesigned for 26. Honda hasn't said anything about the 25, but the Ridgeline has been out since 2017. It's overdue. The Odyssey too is overdue, so I'm sure a refresh is coming. But yeah, 280 horsepower all-wheel drive. Let's take a look at the exterior color. You have crystal black pearl, which only comes with black cloth interior. I think they all black cloth interior, if I'm not mistaken. You have solar silver metallic, which replaces lunar silver metallic. This is a little bit more lighter than lunar silver, and this comes with black interior. And then you have platinum white pearl, which is a premium color, which comes with black interior. Yeah, the Sport is only black interior, I believe. And you have radiant red metallic 2, which one of my favorite colors, black interior. And you have sonic gray, which is everywhere, black interior only as well. Yeah, and you do pay for that price. So instead of Honda making, giving you a wheel that's optional from factory, you just gotta get a package that come with a wheel, which is interesting. So yeah, so no additional wheels you can add if you just get a regular Sport. But let's take a look at some packages. So unlike some of the other models, the Honda doesn't show, these are PPO packages here. So these are packages that your Ridgeline may have before leaving the factory. Like when Honda build the truck, they will add these accessories on there. It's not like the truck gets to your dealership and your dealership adds it on there. And you save some money because you're not worrying about labor. So it costs you more if you want any of these packages and you add it after you buy the truck. It costs you more than buying one that's already installed from Honda. So here's the plus, I guess, feature here, which is this the plus? This is the plus, right? All 18-inch alloy wheels with all-terrain tires. I'm assuming that it is. So you can get the all-terrain tires like on the Trail Sport. I'm assuming HB black center caps, all-terrain tires, black lug nuts. This gotta be the plus. Gotta be the plus. I don't know. It don't say it on there, but let's add it on there so you can see what it looks like. And it's actually pretty nice. I like the little these are actually real all-terrain tires. I like that, and the rims is okay as well too. So that's interesting that Honda just made that a trim instead of, I don't know. You have function package you can add, all-season hooks, utility hooks, all-season floor mats, cargo bed net. Okay. Function plus package you can add, tailgate blackout. I actually like this one because it actually blacks out the tailgate in the back. So let's add it so you show you guys what it looks like. Oh, it won't even show you. Come on. But yeah, so it'll say Ridgeline here in black, which is nice. And then you have, I think the one I'm doing is the one I'm doing that. It's like almost a week later of me doing this versus the video I did. So I can't remember if it had that or not. But that'll tell you how busy I am. But you have the utility package, and then you have the utility plus package. So, a few different packages you can add on there or order your truck a certain way. Now, these are accessory packages. So these are what you can add from the dealership. The rest of them is from the factory. This, you add it from your dealership. So you have adventure package, all-season package, all-season 2, cargo storage packages, outdoor essential. There's so many different packages you can add. Essential package 2, protection package. And I'm on HondaCars.com, so you can go ahead and go build your Ridgeline and look through all of these if you're curious of what each package has. So It's come with multiple things in one, and that you dealership you can install them. So that's pretty cool. Let's look at some accessories. So with electronics on the Sport, you can add backup sensors, and I think it's only for the rear. Yeah. Okay, so it works if the tailgate is down, and it's only for the rear, not for the front. If you want front and back, I think you have to get a Trail Sport and up. Engine block heater, welcome side lights. Let's look at the interior. You got all season floor mats, first aid kits, a lot of in-bed customization. So dividers, cargo tray, the nets, all types of stuff. You get a carpet for inside the little in-bed piece. You can get a tray underneath the rear seats. Super nice. Storage, this is actually nice. Storage system, cargo net, utility hooks. Exterior got way more stuff. So you have your bed extender for a motorcycle or your regular one. Bike attachment, it's nice. I rather have in my bike. I rather like the hitch bike attachment, but this is actually also nice to have if you towing something or something like that. You gotta put your bike up top. Body side molding, storage guard. So here's the you can black out the Honda, or you can add the black piece right here. This is what that blackout package will do, which is nice. I think it blacks this out and this already, which is nice. Oh, and you can get sport blacked out too. Instead of it being red, you can get it black. Oh, it actually look nice. I like that. Let me see if it would they give you a picture? No, they will not. But that looks nice. Fender flares. No HBD package, but you can add the HBD accessories separate. I think not enough people want the HBD packages, I'm assuming. HBD grill, tonneau cover, hood protector, get the HBD sticker. I love the mud flaps. The HBD mud flaps. I'm buying the Ridgeline. Have to add these. These looks way better than, it looks better than having nothing there, kind of like this, or the splash guards. That looks just way more rugged, but but I like how it looks. And then the oil pan guard, you can add that as an accessory when you go off-roading. You don't want to crack your oil pan. Roof rails, running boards. The running boards on Ridgelines don't make sense to me because they're like I don't think the truck is tall enough. But then again, that's for me. So a lot of people out there are really short. They need those to come in handy. Here's the splash guards. See how the mud flaps look way better than those? I mean, those still help though, help protect your vehicle. But it's interesting that you can buy it separate. It don't come in four. You can either get it for the front or just get it for the rear. And you have the bed tent back there, which is that's actually pretty nice. How many people can this thing fit? I don't know if it tells you, but take over the bed, sleep in the bed. That's actually really convenient. That's cool. It's a cool feature. I haven't seen anyone get one of those for the Ridgeline, but remember, towing package is standard on the Ridgeline, so your hitch is already on there, wiring is already on there. You can add your balls and all that good stuff. So, okay, let's break down the pricing. You're looking at a base price of $40,150. Radiant Red Metallic 2 will cost you $455 more, and destination handling is $1395. You're looking at $42,000 even MSRP for a Sport. Now, in my region here, I barely get sports. I get a lot of RTLs and Trail Sports, but the Black Edition sells out like crazy. These sports, I get one once in a blue moon. I guess Honda knows that a lot of people would rather just get the more loaded models, but I really like the Sport. If I had the money, I would if money wasn't an issue, I would just get a Black Edition, just get a fully loaded one. But let's say I am on a budget. Look, you get the wide screen, you get the 9-inch display, you get tri-zone climate control. You don't get heated seats, but they're cloth, so it's whatever. You don't get like heated steering wheel, stuff like that. No moonroof, no auto dimming, no power back glass. But if you're someone that just need to go A to B and just need a bed, this is the Sport this is one to get. But the thing too is there's not a lot of them out there, especially in my region. So maybe where you live, they're everywhere, but we barely get Sports. It's so hard to get your hands on one of these, especially in Radiant Red. Like if I have one, it's Sonic Gray, or maybe it's white. But Radiant Red, really hard to get your hands on. Anyways, I'm gonna end everything here. Drop a comment below. Tell me what you think about the Sport. Do you like the Ridgeline? Do you hate it? Would you rather a higher trim level? You love this trim level? Did you bought something else? Tell me what you think. I just think that if you're in the market for a mid-sized pickup truck and you don't want no turbos, you want no hybrids, no four-cylinder, this is the way to go. Especially if you just need an A to B, you need a bed. You don't need to be flipping off the mountains or anything crazy like that. Maybe you may go in different terrains, but you're not going over boulders and stuff like that. This will be fine. No issues there at all. Thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next walk around.